Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you well. I wanted to come on and just give you some updates of things that are going on at the studio. Gosh, that sounds so good. And just give you sort of a rundown of what to expect in the next few weeks. Honestly, I've learned to expect the unexpected, but around that, we've made a plan for you. So we'll talk in this video about our virtual classes. We will talk about our studio reopening, how that looks, what the classes look like, and the timing. And I also want to just share with you and find out from you so that you can email me back on this is how are you feeling about coming back? I'd really like to get a sense on who is sort of like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to wait. And those of you that are like, yeah, I want to like get back and be in classes, or maybe you want to go kind of, you know what, I'm not going to start my class right away, but I'd like to do some privates when there's only privates going on in the studio. So really been trying to figure out how do I get a sense of where everybody's at. And so that's why I thought coming on and having a little chat with you, giving you some things to think about, and then you can just respond by email. I just thought that that would be better so I know where you are at, not where I know where the masses are at. I want to know each one of you what's going on. And so I thought this would be a good place to start. So next week, starting on Tuesday, May 19th, is our live virtual classes are returning. So check out the schedule on our website, on our schedule page. We have classes at 9:30 and 10:30, and on Sundays also at 11:30. Starting next week, it will be yours truly who's teaching. But then as our numbers come back and we get more of you participating in our virtual classes, I'll be able to bring some of our other instructors in to teach some classes as well. We are creating it as a standalone service so that it's not connected or tied to your memberships at all. Just so as a reminder, all of your memberships have been suspended. So there have been no payments for May. Some of you did suspend your membership in April, which means that when we restart our classes, your membership will be extended from March 18th, which is when we close, to the end of your last payment date. So some of you, your memberships will be extended about 2 weeks. And for those of you that did pay your membership in April, when we reopen and you come back and start your classes again, your membership will be extended that time period. So it works out to about 6 weeks, but you'll need to talk to Janice and Andrea specifically about what that means for you in your classes, like how many classes you had left and all of that stuff. So those details will be a one-on-one with our wonderful admin team. But that gives you the gist of it. So for our virtual classes, you can choose, it's $12 a class. You can book and pay for it all online, or you could do $30 a week and do as many classes as you like. And guys, this is per household because I know that some of you couples are members of the studio, or you've just got kids around and they want to do some classes as well. So we just make it per household and have some fun because I just love to see you. I have ordered a big, huge TV at the studio, so it'll be easier for me to see you when I'm teaching, which means I'll be able to give some correction as well. So the gist of our virtual classes is going to start to take a little bit of a shift to more what you're used to in studio, because part of the benefit of being in studio is not just this fantastic equipment that you get to play on, but it's also that we're seeing you, we're watching you, and it's the cues that really help you to deepen the work. So when we get this TV and everything all set up on this stand, we're actually going to be able to see you and really support you in your form and correction and some motivation. So I'm really excited to do that because lately we've been teaching from our computer and we're about 15 feet away from you. And so it's really hard to sort of see what you're doing and teach the class. So I'm really excited to be able to provide that. So definitely look at the virtual classes. We're going to roll the schedule out every week. Even when we open our studio and classes begin, we're going to keep some virtual classes going. We have clients in Point Roberts who won't be able to come in. And you also might be kind of going, well, you know what, I'm just going to let things open and let things kind of get started and play the wait and see game. And we want to make sure that you still have a connection with us and that you're still able to move your body and get what you need. Also remember, you can do one-on-ones. We've been doing some privates virtually, and they're phenomenal, really. Like, don't discount the value of a private online. We watch you, we cue you, we work with you, and you know, we can really help you out, especially if there's something you're struggling with, right? We can give you those tips, and then when you join a class, we'll have that bit of more information. So feel free also to book a one-on-one with myself or any of your favorite teachers. Um, when we reopen, we're targeting for June 1st. And we're going to let you know. We'll need to give you a week's notice because we're also going to need a week's notice to make sure that everyone's in their right classes. But June 1st is what we're targeting. We're waiting for everything to arrive. We've ordered vinyl coverings for our loops. This is an Avalon chair here, but you know, on the reformer machine, we have the hand, the double loops, the hand and the foot. And what Balanced Body has made is they've made vinyl coverings that are going to go around each of those, which is going to make cleaning them really great. As well as I've ordered individual loops that you can purchase. Those of you that did pay your membership in April, part of my commitment was gifting you your own set of hand and foot loop, and there's some super fun designs. There's like polka dots and zebra, and there's some pink colors and blue colors and all sorts of fun colors. So I'm waiting for all of that to arrive. I will start doing privates in the studio and some classes when the vinyl coverings have arrived because we can clean them. I've been doing a lot of research on the best cleaning solution and what is being recommended for the different pieces of equipment. So we're going to have a few different cleaning solutions there. When you arrive to your classes at the studio, there will be 15 minutes between classes. Classes will still be an hour. I didn't want to shorten that. I instead thought, let's just space out the classes, but still give you your 60 minutes. So how that will look is your morning classes will start 8:15 to 9:15, and then 9:30 to 10:30, 10:45 to 11:45, and then 12 to 1. So if you normally have an 8:30 class, you'd come in at 8:15, 9:30 is 9:30, your 10:30 will start at 10:45, and so on. Hopefully that makes sense. For the evening classes, we're still looking at that because our numbers in our evening classes are a lot smaller, and so and they don't all run back to back. Like Monday class will still be at 6 p.m. Our Tuesday class, that's Coraline Combo. You guys are the only ones in the studio, so that will be at the same time. Wednesdays we'll probably have to stagger the class in the evening. So we will be putting the schedule out for you in that regard. And then for privates, we have to stick with only 6 in a space at a time. So for those of you that normally have privates in the morning, we have our one-on-one room. We're going to take one of the reformers out to create more spaciousness, and I'll take some pictures and show you all of that. So I won't go into the exact detail, but know that we will have 6 feet between each reformer. We will have more room in the one-on-one room, and we'll be able to keep that door open, so that'll allow us to have a class and a private. The Coraline room is our biggest challenge, as you guys know. And so our plan here is that you will wait outside until it's your turn to come in. So arrive between 5 and 7 minutes before your class, because that'll give time for the previous class to clean and get out of there. And then you guys can come in. The good news is it's sunny and it's warm, so you'll wait outside. And then if you're coming into the Coraline room for a Coraline class or Melt, and I'll talk about that in a moment, you'll actually come in the Coraline doors from the outside, and we've got some cubbies set up in that studio. So you'll come in, you'll take your shoes off. We'll have a hand sani station in the Coraline room. If you need to go to the washroom, that's not a problem. You can go and do that and then come back, but it'll encourage you, if you don't need to use the washroom, you can literally come in the door, use the hand sanitization, and get going. In the Coraline room, it looks like we're going to have to start with a maximum of 4 in a class. And so if you picture, we've got 3 on one wall and 2 on another, we'll end up just using the 2 and 2. And then we'll do the entire class with you starting from the ladder. So, sometimes we're at the ladder and then we're at the other end. We can't do the social distancing in a class with 4 people from the other end. So everything will happen at the ladder. But if we don't use that middle one, then we've got our 6 feet apart, which is great. So Coraline classes will run. Most of those classes actually have 4 or less in them. And so there is likely not to be an adjustment in terms of who's in the class. And same thing with our reformer classes. Many of our classes have 5 or less. So that allows us to have our 5 clients and 1 instructor. So, we're really lucky with just how we're naturally set up. I am also looking at our fascial conditioning and our melt classes. Because of the size of the Coraline room, it will be difficult to have a full class and have the social distancing. So I am working something out with Tsawwassen Springs where we can have outdoor undercover classes, which will be super fun because now I know you've all fallen in love with mat classes now, right? And so we can have mat classes, we can have stretch classes, we can do our melt classes. So even if it's not a super beautiful day like today because it's covered, we can still run them. So they've been generous enough to talk to us about using the outdoor space. So I'll let you know all about that, but no, we are getting creative. For our fascial classes, it will be very tricky to be able to do our 6-foot distancing. So what we're working on is having using the TRX system that anyone can purchase. You can purchase it online, you can purchase it from Amazon, you can purchase TRX from Fitness Depot, as well as places like Amazon, anywhere that sells sports equipment. I'll also look at bringing some in. So when we restart, if you love the fascia classes, we will look at switching to TRX straps so that you can do it from home. And those are examples like the Melt and like the TRX that we can continue to do virtually when the studio opens. And now we don't have the space for those. So exciting. We'll keep you all updated on that. So you can see why I wanted to talk about this and not write it all out, right? Because there's a lot to say. And the reason I've shared all of this is that I want to know now from you. If you can please email the studio admin@twconline.ca. You can email me, Linda, at twconline.ca. I'll be looking at both, and let me know how you're feeling. Are you coming back to your class June 1st? Are you wanting to wait? Do you see yourself doing a combination of classes and virtual? So let me know how you're feeling and let's engage in a conversation. If you email me, I will email you back and we can talk to each other by phone so that I can get a sense of where you're at. Our plan, our thought is that we will keep you in your classes. So when we say we are opening June 1st, you are in your regular class. So if normally you come to a Monday 8:30 class, we will see you Monday 8:15 in your class unless we hear from you. It is, I think, more bulletproof. In other words, we won't make as many errors if we just keep you in your class and then you can change it if you need to. You can pull yourself out. If you're in a class that is not running, i.e. fascial conditioning, let's talk about can you set up TRX at home? They come with a bolt that you can anchor on the wall. They come with the door jamb as well, that if you have a door with a space that you can lie down, that the door holds it. So just like it's attached to the anchor at the studio on the Coraline, it's the same thing from your door. So think about it, those questions. Send me a note and let me know where you're at, and we'll start this communication going because this is going to take some careful planning. What I'd like you to feel confident with is that we have our systems in place, such as plexiglass at the front desk. We have sanitation set up. We have all our doors are going to be left open with little door stoppers so that you don't have to touch things. We're going to ask that you clean your hands on the way in, you clean your hands on the way out. We will have disposable gloves available if you prefer to use them. We encourage you to bring your masks in if you would like to use them. The information that I've received from physiotherapy, naturopathic, and WorkSafe is that if we are keeping the social distancing, the 6 feet, that wearing a mask won't actually help because the virus can't travel that far. But if we're getting closer than that, then we do need to have a mask on. So I know with some of my clients, I do a lot of hands-on work. We can have that conversation. If you want that manual stretch, then we will both be wearing masks for that time. We will have some disposable masks available at the studio, but we'll encourage you to bring your own as well. So we have everything set up and in place as per WorkSafe BC and the COVID reopening guidelines. And we want to do more. We want to do more so that you feel safe. And I want to hear your ideas. I've been chatting about all sorts of things with some clients, and we're looking into all of it. And if it makes sense to do it, then we're going to do it because, guys, we're in here for the long haul. We need to move our bodies. We need to get back to seeing people and engaging and feeling strong. And between now and the flu season that they're talking about for fall, let's give ourselves a healthy immune system, and exercise and movement and breathing is all part of that. So I am right here with you. I miss you guys. And if this has done anything, it has gotten me more and more creative in terms of how can we deliver and reach as many people as possible so that we can move our bodies, we can feel good, and give you the level of instruction that we're used to. So hence the big TV. I want to talk to you. I want to see you. I want to know what's going on in your body. I've met with the team. They've given input. They're super excited to get back to work. And, I could just go on and on. I'm going to stop here, and I'm actually going to head to the studio now and start moving equipment and measuring it out and continuing our setup, so that we're all ready for you. So what there is to do now is to get onto our website, twconline.ca/schedule, and book into your virtual classes, because I want to see you next week. I really, really do. And then to send me an email, linda@twconline.ca, and tell me what you think. Where are you at? Are you like, yeah, man, book me in, keep my spot in class, or you know what, I need to talk to you some more. I'm not quite sure, because there's lots of different ways that you can participate in your work with us and feel engaged and feel really good in your body. So gosh, if you're still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Namaste. Signing off.